Welcome back to Movies at 2 a.m., the show where we discuss B movies, bad movies, low-budget movies, box office bombs, critical disappointments, and all manner of obscure film. I'm Bryce Huffman.
I'm real hip-hop. No, I'm Irving and Parker.
And we're joined once again by our boy Parker.
We in the building.
Oh, man. We got a fun one today, man.
Where's the roof?
I almost hit the microphone when I did that. And today, man, we have the 1995 comedy Major Payne, which, yes, very much a classic. Another Wayans brothers movie. Damon Wayans obviously stars.
Can we get an interview?
Yeah, Damon Wayans, if you hear this, or I guess Damon Wayans Jr. is probably more likely to hear this. Tell your dad we want to interview him. We want to interview you too, because you're in a bunch of stuff.
I love David. I love Damon Wayans Jr.
Yeah, we want to interview you too, but for the purposes of this show, we really need to talk to your dad. He's a legend.
We your daddy, yeah? He your daddy's son. Oh my goodness, not good.
Oh man, this movie is loosely based off of the movie The Private War of Major Benson, which I've never seen, but I knew it was based on another movie or like a short story or something. Had never seen it, but yeah, man, Major Payne. I've seen this movie so many times since I was a kid.
I can't tell you how many times this has been referenced in my life.
If I told you, that is the drinking game.
Yes.
I've probably seen this movie over like 15 or 20 times. Like, no, it's no exaggeration.
Yeah, I'm going to read the IMDb synopsis, but before we do, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you fuck with us. And then,
even if you don't.
Even if you don't, you can hate, but you can still follow.
Hey,
exactly.
Still get us a view.
Yeah. Hate on us all you want. We appreciate it. Spoiler warning, before we get into the movie, this movie came out when we were like 1 year old. So
we gotta stop doing it. We have to stop doing this. But like, it makes sense. It's courtesy. But it's like,
it's courtesy.
I've given you 30 years. And if you're older than me, then you really don't have an excuse.
Yeah, but in case you've never seen Major Payne, the IMDb synopsis is really simple. A recently discharged major finds himself commanding a group of mismatched cadets. It's kind of boring. Doesn't really give this movie the justice it deserves. Do you want me to go first in the verses since I went?
I'm going to try again.
Yeah, okay. So mine, I try to keep it short like the IMDb synopsis. Damon Wayans plays a Marine searching for purpose in life without war, but then he lands himself a job that shows all of us that traumatizing children can be hilarious. Major Payne.
That's really fucking good, unfortunately.
All I have was Damon Wayans brings the Payne moonwalking robot to the Virginia military.
That's also really
That's
good
pretty
today.
good.
I was gonna say that's
good.
neck and neck right there, boys.
Yeah, I like that one.
That was really good.
I don't know, but thanks, guys. So it's better than the last couple of
Okay, so here's a treat for you. I don't know if you looked this up or not. I hope you didn't. This movie was directed by Nick Castle.
Really?
Yeah, the original Michael Myers in the 78 Halloween.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm not kidding you at all. This guy also directed Dennis the Menace and Tap.
I used to love Dennis the Menace.
Yeah, like this, and he wrote Escape from New York. Yeah, like Nick Castle, absolute legend.
I didn't know he was goated like that. Like I knew he was a horror legend goat, but like I didn't know he was like a film goat.
Oh yeah, man. So I knew he wrote Escape from New York. And I knew he directed Tap, but I did not know he directed Dennis the Menace at all. And I did not know he directed Major Payne until we looked up.
If you told me that my life depended on that, who directed Major Payne?
I'm good.
I would have said someone from the Wayans family, and
we would have been dead because I assumed Keenan directed this movie.
Swimming with the Fish. I think it's dope that they both have their respective production companies too, which is really cool.
Yeah. Wife and Kids production is Damon's. What's Keenan's? It's
I was just looking at it for the I'm Gonna Get You Sucker.
Yeah, it's like Ivory Way or something.
That might be. I think that's exactly.
Yeah, it's got Ivory in it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, the fact that the Wayans brothers were able to like work together really well, but then do their own things respectively, it's crazy, man.
What do we call it? The Wayniverse.
The Wayniverse. Yeah. Trademark. We got to trademark that.
I'm saying.
So starring in this movie is Damon Wayans, obviously, as the titular Major Payne, Karen Parsons, fresh off of what, probably season 3 or 4 of The Fresh Prince when they filmed this. Orlando Brown plays Tiger. He's probably like 6 or 7 in the movie.
Tiger Blood.
Michael Ironside, Stephen Martini, and Chris Owen also round out the cast. There's a bunch of people that are in this movie that you might recognize from 1 or 2 things, but compared to the last few movies we did, especially compared to I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, a lot less star-studded of a cast, but that's all good. They all give good performances for the most part. In any movie where you have a bunch of kid actors you got to work with, that's always a struggle for sure.
All the kids did a phenomenal job.
Yeah. Especially like the kids, it's a military academy, so they range in age, like really wide. Like Orlando Brown is like probably 7 or 8 years old in this movie,
and then you got somebody that's like 18.
Yeah, and then you have the guy who ends up taking over Cadet Stone, Stephen Martini.
Alex Stone looked like a 30-year-old man.
Yeah, like he was clearly in his 20s when they shot this. So wide range of ages, but to put them all together and make it work, that takes some skill.
Yeah. So why don't you give us like an overview of? Oh, you gave a synopsis, but like, what really is the story?
Yeah. So the movie starts where Major Payne is off in South America, fighting for
the war.
Fighting for
it's a South American drug sweep.
Yeah, fighting for good old Uncle Sam, in the war on drugs.
Good. Oh,
that was clearly implied to be sarcastic.
What if I'm listening in and I don't see? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, if you didn't know, we don't really fuck with Uncle Sam. So, but he's fighting in like a drug sweep, and he's just so good at killing and
one of my favorite scenes.
Completing the mission. But he gets discharged because they don't need him anymore. This is
he did all the killing.
Yeah, he killed everyone they needed him to kill.
He literally says, you've killed. Wait, I wrote it down, but they tell him. His direct report says we have to discharge you because you literally killed everyone.
Yeah, and then there's a scene that spoofs Apocalypse Now, where he's in the room on the bed with the fan spinning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like tripping out, like not knowing what to do, where he kills a rat and eats it. Really funny scene that I've seen this movie so many times as a kid that I always forget that scene happens in the movie. Until I'm sitting down and watching it.
He not even talking or nothing. He just fucking around being himself.
Yeah, like pretending to do martial arts kicks and stuff. Like very funny stuff. But then he gets the offer to, basically run a JROTC program, which is like
in Virginia.
Yeah, at like a military academy.
Were either of you on? Well, I know Parker and I were in JROTC. Did they have that at UV?
No, I mean I played sports. White privilege.
No,
that's private school privilege right there.
No, they recruit white kids into
JROTC.
Yeah, they didn't have it at our school though, and if they did, I wouldn't have done it.
I didn't try it.
We didn't try
it. So at Rennie, isn't that just they put all the people who don't get into the other electives, they just throw them into ROTC?
No, you're gonna get into some electives, but it's which electives do you want to get into?
Yeah.
I think it would have been funny if I probably needed to be in dance because I have 2 left feet, but
still a better dancer than me.
I don't know if that's saying much. The way that you said that did not really put confidence in me, but
it's bad.
But sorry, I interrupted. Please
continue. He takes over for the old commander, and these kids are like
they finish last. The head of the school doesn't even realize that there is a JROTC.
Yeah, he calls them the Green Boys.
Oh yeah.
He's like, man, when they stand in front of bushes, I can't even see where they went. But yeah, basically he goes to a school where ROTC is not a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like some boarding school that no one really cares about ROTC. It's kind of a joke. They lose at this annual military games every year, and he gets hired basically to fix that.
Yes.
So he goes and, he talks to these kids who are just used to losing every year and not taking it seriously, and he goes commando hard ass on them. And they try to get rid of him in a bunch of different funny ways. Karen Parsons' character, she's like the school nurse, so she tries to get him to be more nurturing and soft with the boys, and all sorts of funny stuff happens.
It works out, yeah.
Yeah. And then, obviously, it's a movie mostly aimed at kids, so it's not a very shocking or surprising twist in the movie. He gets offered to go fight again right before the games. And, he pretends like he's going to leave, and then he comes back to see them win it in the end.
Yeah.
Feel good, happy ending.
Good old campy.
Yeah, but it's just like it's even with that really like predictable structure of a story, like it's funny as hell.
It's funny as hell. Still a good story.
This is one of the funniest movies we're gonna cover this season,
bro. The fact that this came out 1 year after Blank Man is so funny to me.
In the bag.
Yeah, because Blank Man seems so much older.
Oh wow! It only came out in '94.
Yeah. Wow. They probably.
You were on the. No, I'm kidding.
I know. It's just. It does. It seems like it was like a fucking 90s
like a
movie. Like a 1990 movie. Like the year, actually.
Yeah, I got what you're saying. Yeah. Like it feels like almost like a direct follow-up to I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but however they managed to...
6 years later.
Yeah, however they managed to convince Universal to be the distributor, they must have got some money in their budget. So that's another thing. We can't find budget information on this movie online. Damon Wayans Jr., tell your dad we need to figure out what this movie was budgeted for.
Are you hiding from the IRS? Be real. We want to know. But actually, disregard that because we want to interview you. So
Yes. But
whatever it takes.
If you remember what the budget for this movie was, please let us know. We
DM
know at the box office this movie made like $30 million,
which could be good or could be your budget.
Right. It could be good. It could be terrible. We don't know.
Let's take a new part of the template. What do you think the budget was?
Ooh, Parker contributing to the show in meaningful ways. I love it.
Oh!
I love it.
Oh!
I love it. JG, do it one more time.
That's beautiful.
Reading Rainbow. What do I think? I hope it was like $20 million. I hope they made money off of this because it's funny, but at the same time, I don't know. I do not know.
Yeah, I think this movie probably had a budget of north of $18 million.
This is deja vu right now.
How? From what?
From deja vu? I don't know.
Can I say the N-word on the show?
Yeah.
Oh, this nigga time traveling, Your Honor.
What did critics think of this movie? They weren't as enthused with this one as I thought they would have been.
Oh my god. No, it didn't do that well. It's a 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb, which isn't bad.
Yeah, but on Rotten Tomatoes it's like a 29.
And they have a Metascore on IMDb of 34. So
yeah, not an amazing score from critics, but one critic who I was not expecting to say nice things about it, Roger Ebert, had nice things to say about this movie.
It's a well put together film. I mean, when you put it into the perspective that it is intended for a mixed audience of adults and kids, I think it provides
comedy on both sides.
Yeah, entertainment for everyone.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it's PG-13, but it's almost like a movie that as like a 8 or 9 or 10-year-old kid, you'd be like, oh, I feel like I'm watching a movie that's like for people a little bit older than me.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
you give it 3 stars?
Yeah, 3 out of 4 stars. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, some people really understood what the movie was trying to do.
That's where the budget went.
Paying off Roger Ebert, and they were like, "Man, our movie cost $10 million. We have $20 million for you."
That was the first.
He's like, $20 million's not enough to get 4 stars. You'll get 3, and you'll deal with it.
That's the first form of influencer marketing. I see.
Paying off Roger Ebert.
I wish I had some more water.
Yeah, bro.
For those of you watching, watch the I'm Gonna Get You Sucker episode to figure out what
that was an Easter egg for sure there.
Why you need water?
Why I need water. And my stomach's a little warm.
Oh, Lord. Irving might not make it.
But I'm not sweating, y'all.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
This time.
Thankfully. I don't know how you're not sweating with the hat on.
You're doing pretty well, man.
You see I'm not moving a lot.
I'm very still.
Minimal head movements.
Yeah. But it's things that I wrote down, just things I really fuck with in this movie. Damon Wayans is, once again, just like committed as fuck to
Yeah.
being goofy as all hell in the best possible way. Karen Parsons was looking fine in this movie. Like, Karen Parsons, I don't know where you're at these days, but in Major Payne, they had you looking A1.
A baddie.
Yeah. This movie is proof that child abuse can be hilarious because all of the scenes of him tormenting the kids, they just get me to laugh so fucking hard. I don't know why, but
And most of that stuff would technically be considered abuse.
yeah, like him throwing the grenade is so funny to me.
Oh yeah, that live grenade! Oh my god!
He's like, it's a dummy grenade, and then it explodes. He's like, who's a dummy now? I can't do the voice, but
none of us can.
I have a question for you guys.
Yes.
Do you think this is Orlando Brown's villain origin story?
Yo, I had so many jokes written about how he got traumatized by Major Payne in the story of the little engine that could, and it turned him into into whatever the fuck he is today.
That honestly, and being on the other side of things, that shit was definitely probably a driving force and whatever.
Are you gonna do the spoiler alert or?
I mean, I already said it.
Okay.
If they're still watching,
Okay.
if you haven't seen Major Payne and you're still watching, you're about to get something spoiled for you, apparently.
At the end of the movie, he takes this ragtag group in the JROTC program, and they win the Virginia military games. And he gets with Karen Parsons' character, Miss Walburn?
Walburn, I think is what it is.
Walburn. And they adopt. For whatever reason, Orlando Brown's character, Tiger, does not have parents.
Yeah, he's an orphan in the movie.
But how does an orphan go to boarding school?
I mean, they said the school took him in. So they probably, like, knew his parents before he died.
Potentially.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
He adopted.
It's a bit of a contrivance, but whatever.
Okay.
It works.
He's an orphan at the school. That's all that matters.
But I proposed the question in my notes. Is Major Payne Orlando Brown's villain origin story? I said 25 years after the JROTC program's victory at the Virginia military games and his squad wins, Major Payne passes away and a void is left in a now middle-aged Tiger's life. He fills that void with crack and hip-hop, real hip-hop.
That should have been your synopsis.
It
doesn't have shit to do with like what actually happens in the movie, but I would have lost that synopsis battle regardless.
That's such a great fucking conspiracy.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. I wish I had some tinfoil to put on my head right now.
Oh, brother.
JG, you got any tinfoil?
The antics today are on 10.
Bro, the scene to bring up Orlando Brown, the scene where he hugs Major Payne after he shoots
that's
closet door.
That's one of my favorite scenes. No,
bro,
no.
Are you
gonna tell the quote?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just you can see the quote. I just want to give the context of the scene. Unlike all the other older kids in JROTC, Tiger and one other kid are so young that they live like in the same building that Major Payne lives. So Orlando Brown comes down and he's like, yo, the bad man from my nightmares is in my closet again. So Major Payne, trying to be nurturing, trying to be a father figure, goes up there. Without opening the closet door, he just empties a clip into the door. And he's like, you want to say it?
No. But say the next thing.
He's like, well, if he's still in there, he ain't happy.
And everyone is alarmed because he's firing off a gun at night. So Karen Parsons' character, Miss Walburn, comes in and is like, what was that? And Tiger says, Major Payne just terminated that bad man with extreme prejudice. Yeah. And if he's still in there, he ain't happy.
Yeah, bro. Like, it is A1 writing. Like, I don't know if y'all find it funny to hear a little kid say that.
Oh, no,
but to me, that is hilarious.
It's like, when I was a kid watching that, I didn't know what the fuck extreme prejudice was. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I got a little older, like, damn, this little nigga know what he's talking about.
Yeah, bro. Like, that line was ahead of its time for sure. That one probably went over so many kids' heads.
There are so many great lines. Are we going to talk about great lines, or do you want to keep?
I want to before we get into lines, I want to just keep talking about some of the favorite scenes. You alluded to it earlier, but the dance scene when they go on their date.
Oh,
and he's like, I have been known to cut a little rug in my day.
well, before, so initially, because he's so macho and this killing machine, emotionalist being, when Major Payne first gets to the academy, to the school, Miss Walburn isn't feeling him at all. Karen Parsons' character isn't feeling him at all. Then eventually he shows more affection towards the kids, and she begins to soften up and kind of see the approachable and like soft and intimate side of him. So when they do finally go on a date, he gets to dance, and I wrote down all the dance moves that he performs. I'll get to that in a second, but before that, he chows down.
Oh.
He scarfs down some food, like a huge plate of food, and like the shot is hilarious. I don't know if is it sped up? Was it sped
I think it's just sped up.
It's sped up. He eats it in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, he eats
and
it
then
like
asks
he's
her
like in
if
a
she
prison.
wants her food. Like, you gonna eat that?
he scarfs it down like he's in like a prison cafeteria or something, bro. Like, it's hilarious.
But the dance scene is crazy because this man he starts out, and I said he dances like me in my notes, and that's not a good thing. I just want to throw
That
it out
actually
there.
probably as accurate as that can
One
be.
day, when Evan and I get married, I need to take lessons, and I plan on taking lessons before that dance because I'm not trying to embarrass you, boo. I love you. He starts with the robot, and not just any robot. Think a robot that is lacking oil. Okay.
And like the funniest part is like when he hits the dance moves, like you can tell, like for the character, like he's like really going for it.
Oh, he's going crazy.
And Karen Parsons just looking at him like, where did I find this man?
He goes from the robot into the Cabbage Patch,
Yes.
into a moonwalk, into a sunwalk, which I don't even know if you're familiar with.
I am.
Okay. Omarion has taken credit for inventing the sunwalk, but imagine
Did he?
He has, but
Oh, I didn't know that.
Maybach. Oh,
Hey, bro, Omarion, if you find your way to this podcast, come on. We gotta talk about You Got Served.
I will 1000% talk about You Got Served. And
We're
those bad
doing it. We're doing it in like a month and a half, man. Come on through.
and the horrible films with Marcus Houston, but I don't want Marcus Houston on this in this room, in this vicinity.
Yeah, Omarion, you get the spotlight. No Marquise Houston to
No.
steal it from.
Yeah, no Marcus Houston. Then the sunwalk. Then he does the doo-doo brown. Then a Michael.
He does. You're right.
Then a Michael Jackson kick, and then I wrote down, and I don't know. I hope everyone's imagination is ready when they hear this. I called it the big titty pump. And we all know a promiscuous, like older, borderline inappropriate black woman with a large set of breasts that kind of like.
Okay, that's what I thought you.
Yeah. He does it, but he's like in full, like he's like in a.
He's doing it
military
like he
suit.
has
Yeah.
big titties.
Yeah, he's doing it like in a all white military suit. So it just looks so funny to see him doing that in that getup.
And he gives her a bullet after the date as like a.
Oh my God, you're right. I forgot about that.
It's like a parting gift. Like here, she's like, thank you.
Yeah, man. The scene. Oh, there's a scene where after he gets reassigned, right? So like, right before the games start, he gets reassigned, and they're like, "You can go kill again. We have more people for you to kill." And it's like the thing that he thought he wanted the whole time. So he's at the train waiting, to get picked up, and he sees like a vision of his life if he goes back.
Oh,
And he's got like the white picket fence with Karen Parsons bringing him food and drinks. And Tiger is like the adopted kid.
Tiger.
Tiger is the adopted
What
kid.
would it be like if Tiger was his son?
Oh, brother.
He would have failed. He would have failed as a father. And he's wearing like a Boy Scout outfit. And then out of nowhere, behind a tree, a Viet Cong comes out with like a long gun with like a knife on the end of it, like in what you would see in like a Vietnam movie. And then he beats him up, puts his face against the grill, and then throws him in like a kiddie pool. And it's just like, and it's so goofy. I don't know how they did that without cracking up a million times.
It's just there are such good lines in this film. Like, Are you ready?
Are you trying to move your favorite lines?
I still think we need to talk about more scenes in the movie, but the lines are just so.
So just one more scene before y'all do get into the lines when the kids are trying to get Major Payne out of the program, and so they set him up with the fucking cupcake that was supposed to like.
Oh my god!
I forgot what it was supposed to do.
It was like a laxative.
And so. They go and drop it off to him, and he banged that bitch. He licked the fingers and everything. And they all like, all right, bet, this is about to work. They look at him, they see it, he looking uncomfortable.
And he rips ass.
And so one of them go past, it's like, wait, it ain't do nothing to him. And I forgot, the nerdy looking kid walks back up to go check, and then he rips the nastiest ass. And clearly you can't smell in movies, but I'm sure whatever the fuck it was, had to have been.
He passed out
instantly.
This man's body is a weapon of mass destruction.
Literally, man. Oh, that shit's so funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of good scenes in this one. This movie, I think, feels more cohesive than I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, but it's also got fewer like comedic vignettes in it, right? Like it doesn't feel like it came from a sketch show. It feels like
a whole
like maybe the
story.
Yeah, like maybe the character could have been from a sketch show, but like the movie feels like, oh, we have a whole story. Damon Wayans is just gonna make it hilarious, and that's what happened. He's fucking hilarious in this movie. Favorite lines though, and all of my favorite lines are all from Major Payne, by the way. Like I realized that when I was writing them down, like they're all from him. My favorite line. There's two. It's, I never said family don't break up. Don't you watch Oprah?
Oh, yeah.
and then my other favorite one. If you want sympathy, look in the dictionary between shit and syphilis. That's a bar, my guy.
You gotta be crazy as hell to come up with that one.
Like who thought of that, bro? Like Damon Wayans. Tell us, bro, like, how did you and the screenwriters think of that line? Like, did someone say that to you before?
They were in a bag, a serious bag. I think his threats are probably my favorite part of the movie, to be quite honest.
All his threats are literally one.
That's why I was so eager to get to this segment, because he told someone, I will put my foot so far up your ass, the water on my knee will quench your thirst.
Yeah. That shit is insane, bro. The quotables in this movie are, par none, literally some of the greatest ever. People probably hear me like, oh, he be saying greatest ever a lot. But the shit that I be talking about, the shit be like some of the greatest ever.
Oh my god. Another one. When he first comes to the school and he's being introduced to his ragtag group of kids for the JROTC program. There's a ginger kid, which what is the actor's name?
Chris Owen. The guy, most of us know him as Sherman in the American Pie movies.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
Shout out to you, Chris Owen.
No, shout out to you for real. You did a great job on this. He sneezes as he's walking across and like meeting all the characters, and he's like, Major Payne is, what the hell was that? You freckled faced cartoon. I'm like, wow, he was talking cash shit to me. And it's funny, you can see like, it's a family oriented film, so eventually the kids and him form a relationship, and it's more of like a paternal, like father figure, like mentor role, and he's still like the slick talking crazy Marine, but in a lovable way. Yeah. But when he meets them, they're all talking back to him because, like Bryce said, the program
it's a joke.
It's a joke. So they're just kind of these ragtag kids that are forced to be with each other, and they talk shit too. So they're talking shit back to Major Payne, really underestimating like his credentials. And he's like, oh, okay, I got something for y'all. And he shaves all of their heads. Yeah. So they all look like, they're all bald. Yeah, they're all bald. Even from, they have the oldest, he looks like he's in his 20s, but I think Orlando Brown was probably maybe 6.
Yeah, his character is 6. I assume he was a little bit older than 6 when they actually filmed it, though.
But it gave me PTSD. It reminded me growing up being Jamaican. And my dad being like, I'm not going to take you to the barbershop. I'm going to cut your hair. I'm going to teach you how to cut hair.
Well, you just get a bald fade back then?
I just retired the bald fade, actually.
Did you really?
Last year.
You had a bald fade last year? Jesus.
Early last year.
I should have noticed and cooked you for it.
I mean, no need. Shout out to Matthew at the social club, my new barber, until I have to find a new one in New York. Dave ghosted me, as did, and no worries because he's really cool. JG's recommendation also ghosted me.
Damn.
Out of him trimming. So maybe it's me.
I'm about to say, bro. Barbers never ghost me, bro. There's something wrong with you.
I tip well.
They don't like cutting your hair or something, bro.
Well, you're like, nah. Well, it's just funny. We the three of us actually were going to the same barber, Tangent, and I saw Parker had a haircut, and I've been stalking the barber shop for like 2 weeks. Like, where the fuck is this guy?
Wait, which one?
What is this?
It's called Heavyweight Cuts.
Yeah, it's called Heavyweight.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
On
I go
Purchasable,
there,
yeah. So I'm stalking them for 2 weeks. I'm like, it's my lunch break, and Evan lives around the corner, so I'm popping up, and I'm like, is it open? Is it open? Reaching at the door, it's locked. I'm just like, oh, okay. Calling the number, and I'm getting nothing.
Looking in the window like you're in Jurassic Park and shit.
But I stopped by Parker's house, and I saw he had a haircut, and I was like, where you get that? Like it was a game system. Where the fuck you get that haircut?
Not him calling your haircut a game cast.
So where'd you get that haircut? He said, from Dave. I said, how do you do that? Said, what do you mean? It's like, oh yeah, the shop's been closed. I just called up there and he answered, who is this? And vetted it. And he was like, yeah, you can come in. So I was like, damn, it must be me. But tangent. But yeah, no, the haircuts in this movie gave me PTSD. So.
Before I forget,
I know
Damon Wayans is in this movie as one of the cadets.
Absolutely.
Which, Damon mostly went on to do writing and producing, but his biggest role is either if it isn't this, it's probably Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
That's probably his biggest role, I would say.
Who's this?
Stop it!
He's
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's Tech.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
Shout out to you, Damon Wayans, being in cult classics and shit.
We didn't put that on any of our lists.
We'll add it at some point. Yeah, we'll do Malibu's Most Wanted. That's a classic for sure.
So, with a drinking game in mind and flowers,
The Drinking Game Death Sentence.
The Drinking Game Death Sentence. What is your?
So, I had a bunch of them written, and then I erased all of them except one because I figured you would have some really funny ones that I couldn't think of. I did every time he goes he.
I said he sounds like Waluigi.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah.
Waluigi.
Wow. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Oh man.
I didn't do a good job.
Anytime he insults any of his cadets.
Ooh, that's for sure a death sentence. you stacking up like 5 drinks the first scene he sees them.
That or any of his references to killing, just in any.
Damn, that was mine. That was mine. I'm devastated. That was mine. I think you could also do anytime he has a gun or weapon. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of ways to get fucked up watching this. Who would you like to give some additional flowers to?
So I wanted to give additional flowers to 2 people. Roger Ebert for finally...
No, that doesn't count!
No, hold on. For finally saying something nice about one of the movies that we looked at.
He accepted $20 million. Of course he's going to say something nice.
And then I wanted to give... We talk about Damon Wayans and his comedic genius all the time, but Dean Laurie and Gary Rosen are the other screenwriters on this. So,
shout out to y'all.
I wanted to give them some flowers because, when you're writing a movie, obviously a lot of Damon Wayans comes through in it because, he stars in the movie. He takes up the majority of the screen time. A lot of the comedy comes directly from him. But, to make a story and tell it well, it takes help sometimes. So shout out to y'all. And I think those were the only people I had written for my additional flowers. I don't have anyone else written down, but
give it to the cadets, the actual kid.
Oh, the kid actors.
Yeah, they.
Shout out to you, Orlando Brown. I want to say I'm a huge fan.
I hope you get the help you need.
You're real hip.
Seriously.
You're real.
That was not a joke. I actually do. I hope you get the help you need.
No, 1000%. But your music actually is not bad. I'll throw that up.
It's not. I was
Cole,
shocked.
Kendrick Lamar.
I'm
not mad. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I was shocked to not hate his music. I was like, oh, okay. I can throw this on. Yo, I was like, oh wait, because like when all that stuff went down, I'm like, oh, he's just clout chasing. It's gonna be terrible music. And then I listened. I was like, oh, all right, I can listen to this.
Real hip hop. Shout out to KRS-One.
Real hip hop, and it don't stop till the beat drop.
Oh my goodness. So do you wanna close us out?
I was gonna let Parker do it. He's closed us out pretty well every time we have him on. Did you have any closing thoughts, Parker?
The only thing I think I can tell you guys is stay out of Major Payne.
Boo! I wish there was a tomato effect. I wish there was a tomato.
Boo this man!
Shame!
I thought that was decent.
Shame.
I had 2 good ones so far.
No.
I'm 2 for 3. All right. Well,
Thank you so
take
much,
it.
everyone.
We'll take it.
This is Movies at 2 a.m. Thank you, everyone.
We will see you next week. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace.
Peace.